Hey, what's going on with y'all Facebook world? It's your boy Veal, CEO of It's Not Complicated Tutoring, otherwise known as INC. It's been a little while since we talked last time. I gave you guys an update pretty much on what's going on with INC and what I'm pretty much doing out there in the community. Well, there's been quite a few updates since the last time we talked. I came back from Los Angeles a couple weeks ago and got a chance to finally meet up with the CEO of another tutoring company. He's a mathematician out in the area, and there are some things that we're going to be doing together here in the future in the first quarter of next year to partner up for some services statewide in California and Dallas, in Texas in general. And they want to partner with us since we serve 12 subjects, and we're the only ones in the state that serve 12 subjects. So they'd like to come on board, and we can provide services for a larger area in a larger community. That's a very, very good thing to come out pretty soon. I'm not going to release the name of the company quite yet. Still under wraps, but once everything is said and done, we're going to hold a release launch party, if you will, for the partnership of INC and this other particular tutoring company. It's not a takeover, it's not a merger. We're just going to co-brand on our services for the future that we decide to do together. So that's one major big thing that's coming up here in the future for 2012. Those of you that have been posting, or not posting, I'm sorry, but actually have been looking at the posts that INC Tutoring and or me, the CEO of INC, or Chanel Watson, which is my VP of Ops in Atlanta, have been posting. You saw that last week, or a week and a half ago roughly, I was nominated for one of the most inspiring people of Dallas-Fort Worth, which is a huge, humbling honor. I didn't know I was going to be nominated for that. However, a Dallas Examiner wrote the article on me, which I'll post underneath this video once I get done, kind of updating you a little bit. I'll put the link up so you can actually go and read the article. Voting does not start until January 9th in 2012, and I was in the category of one of the most inspiring but passionate people in the area for what I'm doing, I guess, in terms of tutoring and the community, things of that nature. So I'd like to kind of give you a little bit more information about why I think that it's a good category for me, for one, and hopefully I can go ahead and gain some votes when it comes up in January 9th. I'll elaborate more about that later, but that's one of the particular updates that I wanted to kind of touch on today. In addition to that, INC has gotten a chance to work with this. If you could see this right here, the Dallas-Fort Worth Association of Black Journalists got a chance to work with, or not work with, but present a scholarship with this young woman right here, Soledad O'Brien. Very good peoples. Our ad came out in this book as we're one of the sponsors for the particular scholarship gala that went down at this particular event. So that's pretty good. We had a pretty good presence there. But one of the most humbling experiences that I noticed at this particular event was that we were there to present a scholarship to a deserving individual. At this point in time, I knew that I was going to be presenting a scholarship to somebody. I flew off from LA, and I was like, who am I presenting a scholarship to? Because I really want to know this individual. So when I came back to Dallas and went to the gala, I saw the young lady that I was going to be presenting a scholarship to, and it was like she just was the most innocent looking high school student, and I had to go back and talk to her and just find out what she was about. What exactly was I really presenting for? And she had a very, very, very strong passion to be an ESPN broadcast journalist, and I really believed in her mission and her goal. I wanted to be successful in school, and wanting to do the best as a young black woman to make an impact in the community. And so we had a pretty nice discussion. I talked to her mom and her dad, and I just really believed in this particular young lady, and I felt good about it. You know, you get a sign from the Lord, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna risk it. You know, hey, it is what it is. And so I gave her a couple $1,000s from INC and to further her educational endeavors, and didn't really expect anything out of it. You know, I presented a scholarship, and I was pretty much done. Well, it turns out a couple days later, she wrote me an email that stated the fact that she was very, very appreciative. There was a video while we were doing the presentation of all the winners. There was 3 winners, and they didn't know they were getting any kind of scholarship. And she was one of the young people that actually was crying because you know, she won a scholarship, and it was very touching for me at that moment that I knew I was doing the right thing to help somebody out in the community. And so she wrote an email back, and it's basically stated the fact that she really appreciated what INC did for her, and she really wanted to give back to the community. And she said one day she would like to be in a position to give back to the community and give scholarships to other young individuals who can do well in the broadcast journalism industry or any other particular industry that minorities are either struggling in or need to further themselves in. I thought that was kind of humbling, and I don't know how to explain it, but it was like the best feeling in the world because I helped somebody out, or INC helped somebody out rather, and we just, you know, we came together and made a great decision. So one other good thing out the way that it has been going on for It's Not Complicated. And the next thing, I guess, update I can say is that we got a chance to be on a couple well, actually we had a magazine interview with Equanimity magazine. The issue will be out in the first quarter next year, so we will be in the same article as Soledad O'Brien from CNN, talking about INC and kind of what we do. We, a while back, I'm not sure if it was part of the last update, but we were on 97.9 The Beat with a radio soundbite on that about It's Not Complicated Tutoring and what we're doing out there. We just got off of doing Brady James and the Gang Show from the Cowboys, working with Foundation 56 with Miss Trina out there, and that was a really good experience to be around a lot of different celebrities and their interest in what It's Not Complicated Tutoring is doing out there. We, you know, anywhere from football players. We had Nancy Lieberman out there, who was a former WNBA and Olympic medalist. We had the assistant coach of the Mavericks out there, and just a lot of other people that wanted to know what exactly is INC and what are you guys doing, because we've been hearing quite a few things about you guys. So interest is coming out, and we want to be able to put the best foot forward out there for the business and our brand, because we're expanding quite a bit now. I am still looking, of course, for other tutors, very, very great premier tutors. We hired a guy working on his PhD at UTA recently, and he's an outstanding guy. His name is Raheem. We still got a tutor out in Boston, and in Atlanta, and you know, here in Dallas. So we're still trying to expand out with our tutors. But going back to the particular show, it was great being on the Brady James show. So shout out to Brady James from the Cowboys. I appreciate the love on the show. In addition to that, Lynn Hayes from the old school 105.7, the jazz station back then before it got disbanded. She has a different radio show, and they want to have us on there pretty soon to talk about the business and things like that. So a lot of press, radio shows, and magazine interviews have been in line for It's Not Complicated, and I'm glad that finally, after 2 years of really putting my heart and soul and focus into tutoring, into the tutoring business, that things are finally pushing forward and getting noticed in bigger arenas and more big, or not more big, but in bigger circles, so we can get our information out there and make more positive impacts in the community. Our latest rendition update is the fact that we'll be working with the Mark Cuban Center very soon in the first quarter of next year as well, to provide quite a few educational services to that particular venue, and maybe some other items as far as programs and things like that. So again, DPD, which is Dallas Police Department, they're also going to be involved in some things that we're going to take part in next year, and we just were forming a good alliance of great things. And so we're doing so much in the community, and I'm so glad that the Lord has got a chance to put my heart out on my sleeve, and we're making a difference every day or every week. Every time somebody comes in for tutoring, we definitely put our best foot forward for a particular client. As far as going back to why I believe that that I was nominated for Most Inspiring Person in Dallas, Fort Worth, it's a humbling thing to be nominated. Do I really expect it? Not really. Have I put in a lot of hard work? Absolutely. Every time somebody comes into INC, we treat them with the utmost respect. We give them a free consultation. We find out who they are. They find out who we are. We find out a great way to come together with resources, between our resources and what they have as well, and then build a nice little program for them so they can be successful and make no less than an A or B. If they're coming to us with a C or D, we bring that up pretty quickly with fantastic results. Shout out to Chanel Watson, my VP of Operations, who also tutors as well, and Raheem, and my other tutors, Desiree Daniels in Boston. I appreciate you guys very well. I never say as a CEO of a company that I'm over anybody, because I'm not. We work together, and we work well together alongside each other, and we work with each other. So nobody works for me. I don't believe in that concept. As well as one of the great quotes that I saw in the Mark Cuban Center today, was the fact that your team can go far, or your business can go far, as long as nobody wants to take the credit for the work. And I believe in that wholeheartedly, because you don't want to take credit for something that was a team effort. You can't take credit for anything that's a team effort. And in order for you to go far in life, you can't be selfish. And so we've all been giving of our time and dedication to make things great. But furthermore, I have an undying passion to help students out, whether or not you're 5 years old or up to 50 years old. And I love what I do. I've been doing tutoring for a long time, since I was a little kid, 12 years old, tutoring people that were, in their 30s in college algebra and stuff like that. It was kind of fun for me at that time, because I was a little kid. I didn't really know any better than to, okay, let me do his homework for him. He'll pay me a little bit of money and we're good to go. But I never thought it was serious until about 2 years ago, that I wanted to really focus on what's my mission. And so I was in networking and engineering and IT, and I got a sign from the Lord that was like, hey, you need to go into education. And I was like, really though? I'm not too sure about that. So I got an email again. It was like, you need to go into education, or come to an event that's going to tell you about Texas teachers or something like that. And I was like, maybe it's for real. So I went to the presentation, found it to be pretty interesting, and so I went to my boss that day. I just got hired after 3 months, and it was my during my indoctrination period, and was like, hey, I got a sign, I need to leave. My boss was like pretty upset. I'll give him that, but I had to do the best for what the Lord told me to do, and so I did it. Well, started teaching that particular next year, and taught at Townview Science Engineering, 4 different pre-AP classes that particular year, and a fast-track mathematics course. And then the next year, I taught at Cedar Hill 9th Grade Center. Next year, taught at Peak Prep High School, and now I'm in Duncanville High School over here in Duncanville, Texas. And I never looked back. And ever since I never looked back, I put my trust in the Lord, and I found out that I have a love to transfer knowledge to people so they can understand it, they can get it, be able to pass it to other people, and pay it forward. And it's just the best feeling to be able to do that. When somebody is in my seat and they say, Jay, I got it. I got the answer. I can understand everything, right? It's like, I don't know, that the passion that I have to just do everything, and you see me in my craft and see me in the art of tutoring, there's just, no matter how much energy I have, I will still get across to them exactly what they need. And I give them what they need every single time. And for them to be able to pass it on to other individuals and get them to where they need to get to move them to greater heights in life and education, there's no parallel to that. I don't care what job you're in. I feel like I'm having fun every time I'm tutoring people and also teaching. But definitely in INC, we're always having fun, and it doesn't feel like a job. Sometimes a lot of you guys out there, you have jobs, or we all have jobs, and we don't really love what we do. We just go to work. We might like it a little bit, and we get a paycheck for it, but it doesn't necessarily feel like fun or the playground. But when you come here to INC, you notice that kind of aura about the tutors, is that we wholeheartedly believe in just being involved in the sessions, and getting our students or clients involved and just making a positive impact. And it's just great. And so when January 9th comes, I will say this: if we do win, and I hope, and I'll even speak into existence, once INC Tutoring wins the nomination for most inspiring person or people of Dallas-Fort Worth, there are some things that are going to take place, some new things that will take place, to include I want to build a scholarship fund and or a 501c3 organization, nonprofit, for It's Not Complicated Tutoring, that's going to include building more programs for the youth, furthering their education, doing workshops and seminars like we're going to do at the Mark Cuban Center, entrepreneur workshops, how to be a successful minority entrepreneur or an entrepreneur in general, how to do elevator pitches about your business, how to present yourself well, how to dress well for success, how to maybe build a nice website, all kind of things we're gonna do with that. We also want to build just separate entities and programs for the kids to be successful. Scholarships, we want to provide a whole bunch of scholarships. Once I gave that scholarship away, I promise you, it was like, I want to do this every day. I want to make dreams come true every day. And while we don't necessarily have the money to do a scholarship every day of the month, we can at least maybe provide a scholarship every quarter to a deserving student in a surrounding district in Los Angeles or Texas and Dallas. Or once we get really big, then we can provide scholarships across the nation and just help everybody out. That's really all we're trying to do. So once January 9th comes, you guys, please vote for me. I'll put the link out there. That Dallas Examiner will put the link out there for us, so share it. Guys, vote your heart out. I'm willing to serve for you, serve for the community. I'm going to do great things for everybody. Once students come, we just have things planned that are going to be epic for It's Not Complicated Tutoring. I hope to gain your vote. Keep watching what we're doing on Facebook, www.facebook.com/INC Tutoring, or hit me on Twitter at INC Tutoring, capital I, capital N, capital C, capital T, and then UTORING. Also, go to my business Facebook page. It's Not Complicated Tutoring is there as well. And also check out some YouTube videos. I did make some videos a while back. I'm going to continue to do so to give out some nice instruction to individuals. And also visit our website, www.inctutoring.com. Check out the website. It's very phenomenal. Shout out to Justin Nash out there, one of my frat brothers who designed my business cards and designed the website. Believe in me. I believe in a lot of the kids that I'm working with, and I believe in all the kids that I'm working with. But believe in me, trust me. When you put yourself in INC's hands, only the impossible can happen. Okay? With your willingness to learn and our passion, the possibilities are endless. Remember that. Alright? So, once again, this is Jay Veal, CEO of INC Tutoring. I appreciate the love that you guys have been giving me. For anybody that's hating on me or for whatever reason, or any haters out there, hey, we're doing things for the community that's positive. So please reevaluate that and look at us in a positive light. I haven't really had any negative attention at all, but just in case there's anything out there, stay tuned, because we're coming.